Hi, thank you so much for tuning back in. I hope you've been watching the previous videos. In today's video, I just wanted to touch real quick on the issue of loans. Ability to take loans from banks to buy land. Is that possible? I'm local, I'm in the diaspora. What's the deal? You're watching Own Land in Kenya. I'm Solomon Wangwe. Short answer is yes, with very specific preconditions. So generally speaking, it depends on what the zoning or user for the land is. Residential land, for example, in Nairobi, places like Karen, Lavington, wherever that may be, banks are happy to engage and give you a loan to purchase a land because those are deemed to be a lot more desirable and a lot easier to liquidate in the event of your default than, say, freehold agricultural land. And these numbers will basically depend or vary from bank to bank. So you'd have to engage your bank specifically and ask them what their policy is. But in general, because we specialize in freehold agricultural land in general, I'm going to address that. And the policy normally is for agricultural land to value it a lot lower than residential or commercial. That's number one. And even then, they will only loan you between 50 and 60% of their valuation of the land, simply because it's deemed to be less valuable, less desirable, might be more difficult to liquidate in the event that you default. It's pretty straightforward. Some banks are friendlier than others. I know of one bank that will do up to 80%, but in general, they like to deal with lower ratios. Now, if you're dealing with ancestral land, even if it's agricultural, it could even be residential. But if you have someone buried on the piece of property, in general, banks like to stay away from those. For obvious reasons, these are tricky to deal with in the event of default, that they have to repossess a property. Do you exhume the body? It's bad PR. Just to be honest about it, no one wants to be involved in some scandal or some news report about taking over property where someone's ancestor, wife, husband, or child has been buried. And this, from my experience, is something that banks will generally shy away from. But ultimately, what you need to do is leverage on your relationship with your banker and find out what their policy is. And also, I'll just throw this in there, if your banker is not willing to work with you, you need to fire them, take your money elsewhere, and work with a bank that is going to be friendlier to your goals. I hope that helps. If you have any questions or comments to make, please feel free to reach out to us. We're happy to engage and maybe even learn from some of your experiences. Our website, YouTube channel, you can give us a call directly. That's 070001 0001. Again, that's 070001 0001. You're watching Own Land in Kenya. I'm Solomon Wangwe. Stay tuned for more information on strategic land investment.